Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to yet another video. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. In today's video, I'm going to go over how to repair the most common BMW oil leak on your car at home for a fourth of the price compared to what the dealer wants. Now, I'm sure many of you guys have already guessed what the oil leak is, and that is your valve cover gasket. Yes, on any BMW, your valve cover gasket will go sooner rather than later. My BMW F10, the valve cover gasket started leaking around 70-something thousand miles. That is super low, but thankfully FCPEURO has you covered. You can get a whole valve cover gasket and kit from FCPEURO for your car. I've had to do this on my E46, doing it again on my F10. It's such a common thing that you should know how to do, and you should do it yourself. You should not go to the dealer to get this done. A couple things to note. If you own a BMW, you should not just replace the gasket. You need to replace the whole cover because the cover is one, plastic, and two, has the PCV system built in, which will fail eventually. If your car has a metal valve cover, then you can probably just do the gasket. But again, these are, something I didn't mention, these are torque to yield bolts, so you need to replace the bolts as well. One note on the N55 is that this hose right here likes to go. So you'll go to take your car apart or take your valve cover or do your spark plugs or something, and this just becomes so brittle and breaks, so make sure to replace this. FCP has an amazing kit on their website, and another reason why I always go with FCP is for the lifetime guarantee. So basically, when this starts leaking again, not if, when, because it is a BMW, I can return this back to FCP, not pay anything, just return it and order a new one because of the lifetime guarantee warranty that they offer on all of their parts. So FCP is where you have to check out if you own a BMW. If you're buying anything for your BMW, whether it's oil, windshield wipers, brakes, any of those components that you're going to have to replace over and over again, FCPEURO has you covered for the lifetime guarantee. Now, there's many great videos, DIYs, going over this. I'm just going to go over the overview process and just show you how easy it is to replace this at your home. Yes, you need a few tools. Yes, you need a few hours, but it's something that you can do at your house for a fourth of the price at the dealer. I talked to one of my good friends is a master mechanic at a BMW dealership. He said this job is rated for 6 hours and usually at $155 or all the way up to $200 an hour. So you guys can do the math on how much this costs plus parts, which the dealer kind of gets you for on the price as well. So FCP, place to go, warranty and best price. So check them out down in the link below, but let's get started and I'll show you guys what we need to do. So first thing to get started, and many of you guys are going to say this is stupid, but this is absolutely necessary, is to remove the negative terminal on your battery, because you will be working with electrical components up here, especially on the F10. There's this wire harness that goes up here and you have to undo some things. So definitely disconnect your battery, and then the valve cover sits under here, so there's a lot of stuff that we need to take apart to get to it. So that is what I'm going to do now. I'm going to start pulling off covers, pulling off the air intake, and just getting to the valve cover. So next thing we're going to do is we are going to undo all of the, well, actually, we are going to undo this bracket first. Then we're going to undo all of the coils and harness holding it in. So let's undo this bracket real quick, and we'll transfer this over to the new valve cover, but we can't do it now because we need the room to be able to get to all of our coils. I am going to be replacing my spark plugs today as well, again, courtesy of FCPEURO. I've already replaced them once. This is the second time now replacing them because I am tuned, so I'm running one step colder spark plugs. Bought the new ones from FCP, then I'm going to return my old ones for the warranty. All right, so we undid the coils, we undid the grounds. Now the last thing to do is undo the injector. So it looks like there's just two little tabs holding it in on each side. I'm gonna use a little metal pick on each side and try to just gently pry it away without breaking them. It's the wrong one, if I can get the right pick. And then we should be able to pull out all 6 wires. And then that whole wiring harness we can pull out of the way, undo the fuel rails, and then we can start taking off the valve cover. Okay, so we are going to undo the big nut first. Just slow. Very slowly, because this thing is still pressurized, so you don't know what's going to come out. I hear it. And I smell it. So we have the fuel line, the fuel rail out, and I'm now going to cut up a glove, and all the little fingertips, I'm going to cover the actual injectors and the main line. If you have a pre-facelift N55, there's actually just nuts here, but on the facelift cars, I guess it's just one fuel rail. You have to take the whole thing out. All right, I have the fan going, so it's a little loud just because of the fumes from the gas, but at this point, we have everything off needed to get to the valve cover. Now, that's all we did that whole time, was just get to the valve cover. And that's kind of one issue but people don't like about BMWs, is we just spent all that time to get to the valve cover. Now, it is time to pull off the valve cover. It is 24 or 26 E10 bolts. So that's really the one specialty tool you're going to need is an E-socket, or E-Torx as they call it. You're going to need that, and you're going to need a torque wrench to tighten all of these back up. And again, we'll be using new bolts. So I'm going to go around and start removing all the bolts that are holding in the valve cover. Valve cover off, I'm going around and cleaning the mating surface to prep it for the new valve cover. We already have some scoring over here, which kind of sucks, but yeah, we're gonna go around and just clean the surface very well. Maybe use some brake cleaner. We're definitely going to clean the little guard right there. That's where all the oil kind of pools up and then eventually shoots out onto your downpipe. So we're going to clean all that up, make sure we have a nice fresh mating surface and that there's no oil lingering around in places that there shouldn't be. All right, so the mating surface has been prepped, cleaned it twice. I did replace the spark plugs as I mentioned. So we're going to put on the new valve cover. Again, I bought one that's genuine BMW, so it has the gaskets and all the screws included. Do not be a cheap ass and just do the gasket. With the valve cover laid in, I'm going to go around and just snug up all the bolts. There is a pattern, which I'll link down below, but we're really just going to work from the inside out and making sure that we're compressing the gasket evenly. That's the goal. We have tightened them all up. Now we are going to torque them all to 8.5 Newton meters, which kind of sucks because there's 24 of them, but we will get it done. Okay, valve cover is torqued to spec. A couple other things that we have to replace. We have a new oil cap, which we'll throw on right now. You say, hey, why does this need to be replaced? Apparently it leaks. What's new? It's a BMW. So that goes on like that. And we also have this new Valvetronic seal. So for the variable lift shaft, does this have a correct way to go on? I'm assuming like this. Yeah, that would only make sense. It goes like this. Line that up. Now, there are no threads. You are going to have to thread it yourself. So keep that in mind. And they're e-torques. If you get it, all arms. Alright everyone, so car is completely back together. We have no more leaks down in here. There's a little catch part right here, which usually catches all the oil, right? I can't even get my hand down there, but down there you should see it. That's where all my oil is pulling up. So far it's been a couple days and nothing, so I just wanted to close out the video and saying it was successful. One thing I failed to mention is I've been using this awesome cleaner right here. It's called Super Clean. This is what I use to clean the whole mating surface of where the valve cover meets the actual engine. It works super well. It's really good at cutting grease and stuff like that. So use some of this to clean it up. I'll have this stuff linked down below because it's awesome. So far, it's going good. No other oil leaks besides my oil pan. Right now, the oil pan on this car is unfortunately leaking too. What's new? It's a BMW. It's a pretty awful job, the oil pan, but really, the point of this video was to say, hey, you guys can go out and replace your valve cover on your own pretty easily with some basic hand tools. The only obscure tools that you would need for this job, I'm gonna tell you right now, is a torque wrench, which most people should have, e-torques, and maybe some swivels. But other than that, it's all basic hand tools that anyone should have. All right, everyone, it is time to conclude today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I hope this video was really just a reminder that you can tackle mostly any oil leak on your BMW. The valve cover being the most common oil leak on any BMW that I've seen across the board, no matter what engine you have, and you can tackle it yourself with a few basic hand tools and the help of FCPEURO for that lifetime guarantee. So I'll have FCPEURO linked down below. Check them out for any of your European needs, as they have everything at awesome prices, and again, that lifetime guarantee. Right now I'm about to go change the oil on my BMW. I send it back to them, I get a refund. It's awesome. So always using the best products from FCP. And again, check out Super Clean down below, as they make some awesome cleaning products that I use on my BMW and for other things around the house. With all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.